What's up guys, Richie's Diesel here. What we're doing today, full floating axles on an F450. So this is what it looks like when it's completely assembled. You have your axle shaft here. You have these 8 bolts here that hold the axle shaft to the hub. Your rotor is bolted onto the hub from the back side. That's inside there where the parking brake is. And you got your giant caliper here with your brake pads on it as normal. This particular one has 4 21mm heads bolted to this caliper bracket. Let's look at it taken apart. So this is a 17, 18 and up F450. As you can see here, there is an O-ring seal on the inside of this axle shaft. So the axle shaft comes all the way out of your axle housing like this, and then there's your splines. Inside will be your carrier bearings. This is where the inside of the shaft rides. That's your axle lock nut. There's your hub. There's your rotor. There's your caliper. Now once you take the axle nut off, this is what Ford uses here. It's a ratcheting style axle nut. This particular one fell apart, but it's convenient because we can see what it looks like. So here's your ratcheting mechanism on the inside. There's a little spring steel there that keeps tension against this, and it locks the outer nut against that, keeping the preload against the bearing on the inside of the hub. So you're going to need a socket. This particular one is 3 1/4. I think this is American Forge and Foundry. It is 3/4 drive. Short-handled ratchet. You don't want to put a lot of torque on this because if you over-tighten the preload on the bearing, you can cause the bearing to overheat and seize. Now the seals, this is 2-piece seals on the inside. It's a floating seal. The inside rides around the outside, like this one. They are not supposed to come apart, but these are the ones that were taken out of the hub. This is the inner race, if you want to call it that, from the seal, and this is the outer part. This is the one that goes into the hub. It presses in right there. This one obviously has been used and removed. And in this part sits around the axle, this inner flange right here, where those little grooves are. This one sits stationary on the axle. This spins with the hub. Together, you have a 2-piece seal. You're going to need a special seal install tool, something like these. These are the vacuum seal hub install tools for the Ford front axles. This is the American Axle one for the GMs, and this is another one. I think this is tail shaft housing. Install tool for an Allison, but nonetheless they do look just like that. What they do is they sit on the inside and it acts as a pilot. This is not the correct one obviously, but it acts as a pilot for the seal, and you tap it on the top with a hammer and drive it into the hub. That way it does not put too much stress on the inside, which would cause it to collapse. If you do not use the proper install tool, this inner piece here will crush and bevel, eventually leading to a leak. So your axle nut socket fits your axle nut like so. What you want to do is you want to tighten it all the way in with the short-handled ratchet, something like this, and then spin the hub just so that you can seat the bearing, seat the seal, and get any play out of it. Give it a little bit more of a tug on here until you cannot go anymore. Do not put a adapter on here or use anything long with a crazy amount of torque, because you do not want to over-tighten this. Once you're satisfied with where it is, you back it off about 1/8 of a turn. So if it were tightened here, you back it off right about there, which is about 15-20 degrees. That's approximately 1/8 of a turn. You want to feel the lock engage securely so that that nut doesn't loosen up on you any further. One more thing I forgot to mention, behind this nut, before you put the outer bearing on and this nut, there's a little bit of a basin in there, or a reservoir if you will. So what I like to do is grab a little bit of a squeeze bottle here, and I spray gear fluid into the inside between the 2 bearings to give the axle a little bit of a head start before the gear fluid starts to come through the inner side of the tube. Now, it's only going to come through this tube if the level of the inside of the axle housing is at the proper level. So you need to make sure that you do that. So like always, like to put a little bit of Loctite on the edge of these threads for added insurance, and then you're going to put these bolts into this axle housing. And that's it. Once you've got your bolts torqued, the axle will still turn, a little bit harder though because the shafts are turning the inside. This is an open differential obviously, otherwise I would not be able to turn it. We're going to put our brake pads on, we're going to put our caliper bracket back on, and then our caliper, and then this brake job is done. This has taken majority of a day, if not a little more than a day with this thing here, because we had some issues with the parking brake shoes. But that's it. Full floating axle. I think this is a Spicer 300. I forgot the exact name of this, but 2018 F450. Thanks for watching.